Hello and welcome to your final session of your Business Administration course with Plato Training, where today we're going to be looking at progression into work in Business Administration. So by the end of the session today, you should understand the terms and conditions of employment in Business Administration. You should be able to state the skills and qualifications that are needed for jobs in administration. And you should be able to make a plan to start work within business administration. So we're going to first of all look at skills and qualities. So when you're applying for work, you need to showcase your skills and qualities as well as any qualifications and work experience that you have. Now we did this at the very beginning of your course, so this time we're going to do it again, but hopefully we'll see some changes in your skills and qualities where you've developed them from the first week of the course to the final week of course, where you feel like your knowledge, skills and qualities may have changed for the better, hopefully. So the employers are looking for these skills and qualities for three main reasons: to see if you've got the skills to do the job, to make sure that your skills fit in the business needs, and employers want to get an idea of how you're going to fit in their business as a team member. So in terms of your qualifications, skills and qualities, to improve your chances of gaining employment, it's really important that you plan what you're doing. So by documenting your qualifications and completing the skills scan, you know the skills and qualifications that you have. This will help you to find job adverts that are suitable for your skills and qualifications. It'll help you to identify what you still need to do to work in your desired job. And it's important to keep making and amending and changing these plans so that you can develop yourself to the next stage of your career. So employers are looking for personal qualities like organisation and working together. They're looking for a level of fitness. We're not looking for athletes here. We're looking for people to be able to attend the workplace and carry out their tasks. And employers are looking for things like team working and problem solving as well. So I would like you to complete the skills scan. This will be entirely unique to you. We're going to look at 6 questions. What personal qualities do you have? Work-related skills, general skills and abilities. What interests do you have? What are your values? And what lifestyle constraints do you have? So like I said, we did this at the very start of the course. Some of this won't have changed, but some of it will have done, definitely. Especially things like, confidence. A lot of you have had cameras on and things during the course. That all makes a big difference to yourself. Just when you're thinking about the term skill and the term quality, I've just put a couple of definitions over on the right hand side there. If you're not sure, take a look at those. So I'll just leave this example on the screen just for a few seconds there, just so you can have a read of that. And now you're ready to complete your skills scan of yourself by answering the questions below. So pause this video whilst you complete question 1. So part 2 of your skills scan. So far you've identified in the skills scan what your positives are, and now let's think about what you need to develop. So I'd like you to think of 2 elements that you wish to develop or make better about yourself, because that's really going to help you when you are searching for work, when you are applying for jobs, when you're going for interviews, and of course when you start a job as well. So I've put some suggestions below of things that you may need to develop. Of course, you are not just limited to these are just suggestions. So confidence, interview skills, timekeeping and work experience, talking on the phone. Maybe you're in unsuitable housing and waiting to move house. Maybe you are quite disorganised and you're not sure where your certificates are and what qualifications you've got. So question 2, I would like you to identify areas for development. So I'd like you to choose 2 areas that you feel that you need to develop to help you to progress in work. And for each area of development, I would like you to give a reason. So for example, I need to develop the skill to speak on the phone as I prefer to text. The reason that I don't like speaking on the phone is because I would rather text. Please pause the video whilst you complete question 2. There are lots of places where you can get help and support on your development points. So these areas of help and support can help you to develop the skills and qualities that are needed for work. So here are some examples of where you can get some help, support, advice, etc. for your skills and qualities that you need to work on. So you could go to the National Careers Service. The National Careers Service can help you a lot with, we looked at their website at the start of the course where we looked at job profiles. They also have one-to-one careers advisors. The Manchester Growth Company, so skills support for employment, are able to help you as well. There's lots of different funding options available with them. Either of those interest you, you can obviously look on their website for further details or ask myself for more information. You might want to go to your local college if it's a qualification you'd like to do. Perhaps you've got a question for me as your tutor. I can help you there. I can help and support you there. Maybe you need to take on a new challenge yourself. So maybe you need to develop your confidence, and that's about challenging yourself and seeing what you are capable of. Maybe you could ask a friend for help or do some work-based training. Maybe you've got a bit of time and you could do some volunteering to make your work skill set better. Maybe you need to do some of your own research on the thing that you need to develop, or perhaps you could visit a library and look for some reference books. So what I would like you to do for question 3 is list the sources of help and advice for different areas of development. So obviously when we're looking at developing ourselves, we are looking for ways where we can try and help ourselves as well. So we're not just going to look at our development points as a negative, instead we're going to work on them. So this question is asking you, where could you get that help and advice from? So from the previous list that I've given out, you could have a look at some of those areas. It really depends what you put for question 2. Terms and conditions of employment. So when you are looking for work, you need to have an understanding of job adverts and work out whether the job is suitable for you. So on your previous skills scan, you've looked at your skills, your qualities, your lifestyle constraints, etc. And now what we're going to do is think about how you can look at a job advert and think, right, that's going to work for me. Because remember, the highest paid job isn't always the best job for you or your circumstances. If you know that you've got to pick children up from school at 3 o'clock and the job is 9 to 5, it's going to be very difficult for you to get to the school for 3 o'clock. You're going to have to then look into things like paid childcare, childminders, after school clubs, etc. Now these things are going to be in reach for many of you. However, it is more to think about than just the money at this stage. So you're going to look at the information that's included in some example job adverts, such as qualifications, experience, pay and benefits, which will be combined with the skills and qualities that we looked at earlier. So qualifications for business administration. So when you're applying for work in business administration, you will need to know what qualifications you have got, what grades you have achieved, and the type of qualification that you have. So when you're reading the job adverts, you can understand what they're looking for in their essential qualifications, so things that are absolutely necessary for an interview, compared to their desirable qualifications, where it's desired, it's hoped that you have those, but it's not a deal breaker. You could still get an interview. So essential qualifications, what are they? So these are the ones that you need to start work in certain jobs. For example, you cannot work as an accountant unless you've passed relevant qualifications. So anyone applying for jobs with essential qualifications, you need to ensure that you have these qualifications, but not every job will have essential qualifications. There are lots of jobs where you don't need those. Working patterns. So a work pattern is the way a person's hours are organised, for example, the times and days of the week. In today's business world, organisations can't afford to close for long periods of time between working days, so many businesses, particularly those in production, will stay open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days per year. So it's therefore really important that you understand what working pattern you are potentially signing up for within the job advert. It's really key that you look for that information. So there are lots of different working patterns, and I've put a table on your screen now. So you've got shift work, early starts, late finishes, night work, weekend work. Bank holiday work, flexi time, irregular work patterns, days off during the week, and of course your annual leave, which you're also entitled to. So the terms and conditions of employment in terms of your pay and benefits. So the amount of money that you receive in return for working. So getting paid is the main reason, why most people work. But enjoying the job that you do and feeling valued are also important factors, because this is really going to help you to build your confidence and self-esteem. You also need to understand how you get paid, because some people, well most people in fact, are paid into their bank accounts directly, but their pay may be calculated either by the hour or by the year. So for example, I earn a salary where my salary is fixed for the year, so if I do 3 extra hours this week, I don't get paid any more for that. Whereas people who are paid by the hour, if they do 3 extra hours, they would get more money for that. So some common pay terms, hourly. So you could be paid every hour. You'll be paid a set amount every hour, and then you'll be paid either every week, every 2, every 4, or every month. You could be paid monthly, so I get paid monthly, so my payday is actually the last Friday of every month is how it works out. So I don't get paid on the same day every month. It's quite annoying sometimes. Per annum, so this means the amount of money you're going to get paid every year, which is the obviously different to working hourly. You could also work pro rata, so if you worked in a school, for example, you may notice that the advert says pro rata. This is because you're not paid for the time away from the school during those holiday periods. So because of that, your wage is calculated over the number of weeks that you do work, and then this is divided by 12. So this stops you from having a pay gap in the middle of the year when you're off for the summer holidays, but it also means that your amount each month, despite you working full-time some months and no work other months, is going to be the same. A benefits package. So along with pay, quite a lot of workplaces offer extra benefits. And these are extra perks that are received by the employees to encourage loyalty and motivation. So some examples of employee benefits could be things like a gym discount. Some people get bonus pay for overtime. Some employers will give you a uniform or clothing allowance. Some people will get employee assistant programs where you can ring a number and it's completely confidential for things like counselling and stress. You might be able to get a railway season ticket discount if you buy that through your workplace. Most workplaces will offer you training and development opportunities. Nowadays, quite a lot of workplaces are doing subscription service for employees. So I get something called Perkbox. I don't use it enough really, I should get it more. But I do get a free coffee once a week at Cafe Nero, which is nice. I try and sort of share them out to my friends a little bit as well, because I don't often get to use them all before they expire. So you're now going to have a look at 4 job adverts on the next 4 slides, and you'll use these 4 job adverts to answer question 5. So you need to extract the information out of each job advert to fill in the table in your work booklet. So if you attended today's live session, you will have already completed this question as part of your breakout room task. Okay, so you now should have had time to read and pause to read those adverts that I've put on the previous 4 slides. So you now have time to use the job adverts from the PowerPoint, from the last 4 slides, to compare and describe the qualifications and experience that are needed, the working patterns, the pay, and any other benefits of working for this company. Please pause this video to complete question 4. Personal development plan. So a personal development plan, what is that? So a personal development plan is a plan for your personal, educational and career development, and it allows you to reflect on where you're at so you can make a plan to move forward. These can give you direction. So for example, you want to gain level 2 in your business administration. Let's see where we can do that. It'll motivate you, you're giving yourself targets, you'll have self-awareness of where you need to develop, and it'll help you to see how you can progress in your career as well. So for question 5, I would like you to describe the use of personal development plans. In your answer, you need to show what a personal development plan is and then show what they can be used for. So please develop your sentences into a paragraph. So how can you develop yourself when you are in work? How could you stretch yourself from your short-term career goal into your long-term career goal? There are lots of different ways you could do this. So you could do some shadowing of your colleagues to complete tasks that are new to you. You could be assigned a mentor at work, somebody that could help and support you. You could go to training sessions, you could go to an external course, you could do training online or have a one-to-one session with somebody on Zoom or Skype. There are lots of different ways that you could develop yourself at work. So I would like you to, for number 6, outline different development opportunities. So you need to show what options you have to allow yourself to develop at work. Remember to write in sentences, don't just write a list like I did. You need to develop that into more words. Constructive feedback and development. So what is constructive feedback? So I've put a little diagram at the bottom there, positive praise, constructive criticism and positive praise. So in education we like to call it a praise sandwich. So we're giving a positive, then we're telling you what you need to develop, so a constructive criticism, and then a positive again to finish with. This is because it promotes good behaviour, because although you're being told something that you're not very good at, it ends with another positive which helps you to stay motivated at work. So constructive feedback allows the employer to tell you what you are not doing correctly or perhaps efficiently as you should be. So it's based on observation and it's specific and focused to one topic. So constructive feedback should be an opportunity to tell you how to do something better to allow you to learn and grow, rather than being a criticism or a telling off. We're not here to be super negative and tell you, no, you're doing it wrong, you're rubbish at the job. Instead, it's, oh, try this instead, that will make it work better for you. Or at least it should be. So when we're using constructive feedback in personal development plans, this will help you to identify areas of weakness that require improvement. It'll help you to improve your own self-awareness and to improve your own behaviour and attitude. And basically, you've got to think of it as none of us are perfect. None of us can do everything absolutely 100% all of the time. We are all human. But likewise, don't be too negative on yourself either. So for number 7, I would like you to describe the use of constructive feedback in personal development plans. So you can begin your answer by defining constructive feedback to show your understanding, and then show how it can be a useful tool when you are developing yourself. So personal development plans, why are they important to fulfill? So to fulfill it, you need to complete it. That's what that means. So you need to continue growing in knowledge and expertise. Completing the plan will enable you to seek out any weaknesses to improve them. It'll help your confidence, self-esteem and self-worth because you'll have achieved goals and progressed in your career. And that in itself will give you some personal satisfaction. So for question 8, I would like you to state the importance of fulfilling a personal development plan. In this question, I would like you to show what the effects of completing the goals are that you've set out for yourself to do. Think about it. How would you feel knowing that you'd moved up to the next level and gained more experience and become more confident? Whatever it is that you've set for yourself, how would that make you feel knowing that you've achieved that? So when we're thinking about finding jobs in administration, remember recruitment is really competitive, so you need to know where to look to find work. So if you keep seeing jobs looking for experience, why don't you look for a volunteer post first if you've not got that? By volunteering, this will showcase your commitment and it will help you to gain the experience that you need. You can find out about jobs, paid jobs in business admin in various places, from employers directly, from recruitment and careers websites, from careers advisors, like I told you about the National Careers Service and the Manchester Growth Company's Skill Support Employment Contract. Careers fairs are still happening. I know some people have seen the Job Centre Plus Twitter feed. Also, careers fairs are being run by the National Careers Service remotely as well. You could find about jobs for your family and friends as well. When you are planning to work in business admin, you need to produce a plan to help you gain work in business administration. So I understand it's difficult because obviously things are going on in the world, but it's part of your criteria that we show a short-term goal and a long-term goal. So I need you to think about a short-term goal, which is between now and the next 12 months, so within the next year, and a long-term career goal. So think about 3 to 5 years time as your long-term career goal. So your short-term goal, within 12 months, you may wish to volunteer part-time. You might want to try and get some work as an office junior or in data entry. You might be applying for agency work, so you get lots of experience in different settings. You might be trying to work from home part-time. Maybe you've thought about going to college to get a level 2 in business admin. Maybe you've been looking at some apprenticeships. Remember, these are just ideas. If you've got another idea of what you wish to do within the next 12 months, please make sure you make it unique to yourself. Your long-term goal, again, remember these are just ideas, so you don't need to stick to these if you've got another plan. But your long-term goal within 3 to 5 years, so you may wish to work full-time in an office as a senior administrator. Maybe you'd like to be office manager. Sometimes I work with people who have specific goals, so sometimes they want to work for the NHS or a university or a GP practice. Maybe you want to be self-employed instead. So if any of you are looking to retire within the next 3 to 5 years, I understand that you'd wish to put that. However, for your criteria for your business admin, I need you to show me growth in your career prospects from your short-term to your long-term goals. So let's be sensible here. If you're due to retire in 5 years, you can say that in 3 years I wish to, and show some development, and then by 5 years I'll be of retirement age. So for question 9, I would like you to produce a plan to start working in business admin by telling me what is your short-term goal and what is your long-term goal. So now that we've got a short and long-term goal in place, in order to reach that short-term goal, we'll need to undergo some development to reach that next step. So you need to think of the area in which you need to develop yourself, how you could do this and what you'd need to do, what organisations or individuals could help you, and when you would like to achieve your short-term goal by. So what I would like you to do is to complete the table as shown. So what I want to achieve, so that's what your short-term goal is from question 9. What I need to do to achieve it, so this really depends on what you've chosen to achieve. So if your short-term goal, for example, is to work part-time hours from home in business admin, what I need to do to achieve that is apply for jobs online, so search for jobs that are specifically home-based, maybe getting some help with your CV, maybe getting a mock interview over Skype or Zoom. Who can I ask for help, or organisations I can seek help from? So let's go with my example of trying to get a part-time home working business administration role. So you could ask the National Careers Service to do a mock interview with you over Skype. You could ask them as well for some help and support on job applications. You could also speak to family and friends about maybe trying to get a mock interview out of them as well. And then a realistic timescale. So because this is your short-term goal, the timescale needs to be set within the next 12 months. So between now and 12 months time. Hopefully that is you all done and dusted, and that is the end of your course. So you should now be able to understand the terms and conditions of employment in business administration, stated the skills, qualifications needed for jobs in business admin, and you should have made a plan to start working in business admin. So congratulations for getting to the end of your course, and thank you for watching.